Did you want to quickly show the maze map? Was anyone like and discuss that at all? Or
Yeah, sure.
I
I
think
think I will be able to find it. Ah, we've done it.
We did it.
nice.
Arena map. What do you want to highlight, Runt? What's changed from like maybe
Um,
Prenuts 1 and 2?
so quite interestingly, that wall around the bottom left near the reload, that cuts off a lot of the sightlines for red. So like
Oh yeah.
that push is now green oriented. So that's
Oh,
really
like the one that was a half height in the
Oh,
reload.
that too, but like
Diagonal.
that diagonal wall, that's new since prenuts too, and that's shifted the dynamic of that area a lot. So it used to
Right.
be very much like red just like absolutely dominates that door, and like when green try to resist, red have the advantage. Now green probably have the advantage there, so it's nerfed red a bit with that. Um, and we've actually seen our base results. It's super even. In training, blue keeps on like it's either blue or green with like the strongest performance, so that's fun. So red's from our testing has been the weakest. It won't be at pre-nuts because it's the simplest base, so out of state teams do best out of red. But yeah, it's definitely interesting to see the bases level out a lot more. Um, Other thing is green tea is like more sheltered, but also you get a lot less visibility. So it's not like you just put like a small person on there right now. It's like who can you put on there that can respond really quickly to calls that can do a flip shot? Nobody really knows how to do flip shots on H2, so it's really fun watching them try on that tee. Um, so yeah, it's made green a bit stronger, but now you can take green from blue side without just getting denied from red. So that
Sick.
also helps out blue.
is is Also, I remember there being a really long sightline from like the blue. This was at Prenuts 1, like
Mm.
blue side lighthouse into like that right.
Nah, that's
Where's the
gone with
door
those
green?
little lips.
Yeah,
Most of
sick.
the long sight lines were fixed for prenuts too. So that long one from red with that diagonal wall was one of the last ones. Like that's the last one we're going to close off essentially. There'll still
Awesome.
be some long sight lines, but there usually always are in mazes, but that you can't get rid of. So we're hoping
Um,
this is what it plays like at nationals.
is I'm curious with the T at green now. Do you
Mm,
see in your own testing, let's say a player is like last line and they're watching like the door closer to red.
mm.
When they get comms on the blue side door, are they like switching across or are they darting out on the outside more? Which you know?
Yeah, you're switching across. I still like to step around the wall, but I'm pretty much the only one that still does that. Most people are just gonna switch across either to high or flipped. Um, Obviously, high is safer, but flipped is faster. So you've got that trade-off of
And
what do
looks
you feel
cooler.
comfortable doing. Yeah. Um, Other thing is it's a one-man zone. That's not because it's like unsafe to play two people next to each other in there. It's because if you shoot two people in there, they're not going to be able to get out of the way. So just
Yeah.
want to bite that before anyone complains. Oh, but I can fit two people in there. It's not about that. It's about people getting the hell out of the way. So it's staying a one-man zone.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Jimmy in the chat was asking if there's any changes in the blue mirrors. I guess like the mirrors to hit the base.
No. So we trialed the base in a different area, but it made blue a lot weaker by doing so because it was way easier to attack because you could shoot it from that right door. So you step in the right door and you can shoot the base if it's not in that tucked up into that area. So it's just going to be a case of learn the shot, really prioritizing your training, learning that shot in the training games on the Friday night. A lot of teams just want to jump into team games. I'd highly recommend just spend some time at each base and just blue practice that shot because it's very consistent once you learn it, and you can shoot the base from like most places in the base consistently if you just learn where to do it from. So would heavily recommend investing in that.
No worries.
Do you,
Well,
do you
yes, Spyder?
do you have a
Yep.
rough measurement for how long those like wings are?
There are like half width panels essentially, are a bit less than that, I believe. Yeah, I can circulate photos if people do like, but it feels very comfortable. Like You've got enough
Yeah.
area to easily roam around that area without getting shot from either door.
Yeah, sick.
Or you can like panel your back onto that panel. So it's like a CV width.
It's like it's a player width.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, all very groovy stuff. I'm really excited to play the new arena. Well, I say new arena, like with the changes to the arena. Do we have any last tidbits we want to say before we close up? We have hit 2 hours now officially.
Oh shit.
Get Kane.
Are the shots on green different? Like, is it still on the box or is it now like on
Yeah.
the wall?
No, it's still in the box.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're seeing less people take it from anywhere but T, because T just feels so safe now. You can also only hit the, like, say you're sitting in that top pocket. When you aim at the base, because of those wings, you can't hit the outside of the right side of the base. You can only hit the left side. So taking from pockets a bit less common as well, because you've only got. It's a bit harder to see the base and get a nice shot into it, but still definitely doable. But yeah, the T's so feels so comfy to take the base from it. It's usually the shooters now.
Good stuff. All right. Well. Ooh.
One more thing.
Yeah.
You know how players line up on like those diagonals, Brendan? Is that like more possible now?
Yeah, it's still super common. Like you still should be getting shot from absolutely everywhere else. But it's a lot of the time you stand there and your teammate doesn't comment correctly, so your teammate gets like a back call and they like stick out to like shoot the inside of the door, and if you just wait on that pin, you get them easy. Also, you can straight up double stack. If you can coordinate a double stack, you're getting in every time, unless your partner like actually steps around the T in the last line. So yeah, like they're definitely very viable and have their place. But you can get stuck there is the thing, because you're usually not going to be able to win a 1v1 with the last line from there.